What's up, YouTube? Corey here. We are back out in the shop. Today I've got something a little different. It's an unboxing video. I bought a highly recommended. I've been looking for a nuclear gun, so this gun I've been doing some research and see it on the forums and stuff a lot. The Anest Iwata w-400. I opted for the 1.3 tip. I am really excited about this gun. I've been needing a nuclear gun for a little while. I go through a lot of guns. I use them for so long, keep them clean, you know. But eventually, I like to try new stuff. I like to try them all out. I mean, I've got tons of different brands, and you know, and then I'll pass them on, give them to my nephew or whatever. So it's not like they go to waste. But I've been wanting a nuclear gun for a while, so that's what I opted for. So I want to go. We'll grab the tripod and set it up over here, and we'll go get this thing opened up. Kind of excited. It arrived a few days back, but haven't really had time to make this video or anything. So it come directly from Japan, so it took about 2 weeks or so. But anyway, enough jabber. Let's get over here and look at it. All right, guys, got us all set up here. I'm just gonna pop this open real quick. We'll take a look what all's inside and see how pretty it is. See if it's as pretty as it looks in the photos. One thing I did want to say is I'm actually I'm going to do a test. I've got a gas tank that I'm doing for a buddy from a Suzuki Boulevard. It's pretty skin up in a few spots, but we're just going to do, it's got a lot of striping and stuff on it, so we're just going to try and do a spot-in job on it. And I really need that clear to lay out really nice. So I'm really hoping this gun does the trick. We'll see. It's really not about the gun, guys. Seriously, I've put down, you know, great paint jobs with the $15 Harbor Freight gun. It's just how you set it all up and how you spray, you know. And if you're doing it, following the directions, basically. You know, following your technical data sheets. Anyway, here we go. I got the cup also. I don't use a PPS system. I'm pretty old school. I don't need all that extra crap. I spray, clean my gun, and be done. All right. Nothing else in there. Some bubble wrap. W-400. All right. Let me grab the camera and I'll pick it up and we'll look at it at a different angle. All right, guys. I think this thing opens up. I do believe like this right here. Alright, straight from Japan. I can't read that. If you can, holla at me. Anyway, a brush, some directions. That's your cleaning brush to detail this pretty thing. I think this might all be in. Oh, it says the English version is on the back. So yeah, let's see what we got wrapped up here. Wow, sexy. I don't know what you guys think. I like it. I'm kind of speechless. It's nice. I hope it's as nice as everybody says it is. Um, it's got a good feel. Also in here was the filter, you know, optional filter. I don't usually use them, but the cup, let's check it out. Pow! Actually looks a lot like almost identical to the Black Widow cup, actually, from the Harbor Freight gun. Let's compare that a little bit. Jeesh. I don't know. Sheesh. That might be the same cup. Pretty daggum close. It's got his name on the top though. But that's all that's in the box. So I don't want to bore you with this anymore. I guess if all you came for was the unboxing, then peace be gone. But don't forget to subscribe. I got like only 87% of you guys are, or 13% are subscribed. 87% of you guys that are not subscribed are watching my videos. So hit that subscribe button. Anyway, next is I'm gonna put this thing together real quick. Screw the cup on, throw a filter and regulator on it, and then we will get it ready to spray this tank. I'm actually going to use my other gun here to spray my base, and then I'll use that strictly for the clear. So this is how the clear laid out, you know, from the factory. Probably it is, you know, it's nice, it's a slick finish. So we want to, you know, repeat that. We want the nice slick finish. Even if we got to sand it and buff it a little bit, you know, we want that nice finish. One thing we do got to do is take off these emblems. I've got a little trick up my sleeve for that. Just take a piece of welding wire, make it long enough to wrap around your fingers, slip it right back behind here, and run it down through there, and it'll pull it right on off. Pretty easy, pretty easy. I use that a lot. Oh yeah, here's one of the nicks. So there's a little gouge there, a little bit rusty. It's a little bit dinged up here in the darker color. And I do believe another spot, yeah, right here. So luckily nothing in the stripes. So there's nothing there that I gotta worry about. I got both of these collars, so what I'm gonna do is basically sand. I'm gonna do a spot repair on this. I'll sand and repair prime and repair my areas here. Okay, everywhere that's messed up, broken paint, I'll feather them out, and then after I feather those out, I'll prime them, do all my work, come back, base just these areas. I'll tape everything off, base just this here and this here, and then after I do that, I'll re-clear it with the new gun. So I'll go ahead and strip this and get it all ready, and we'll be back. Alright guys, you've seen that. It was pretty easy, pretty quick little trick. Wanted to show you that, but I got some tape, so I'll clean these up and retape them so I can put them back on later. I already took measurements, so I kind of knew where they went, but I'll clean this stuff off here real quick, and both sides, get this thing sanded, get those spots prepped, and we will be right back. All right, guys, I cleaned that stuff off of there real quick. All I did was put like a rubber eraser wheel on a drill. Just what I couldn't get off, that got the rest of it off, and then just clean it off with a little acetone. I guess probably a lot of you are wondering exactly how I'm going to do this, so it's time to go to BPB school. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen spot repairs like this, but I'm not, like I said, I'm not painting the whole tank. I am just fixing the damaged areas, the nick here and stuff. So I'm going to sand these areas and repair them, prime them, and then paint them, but basically just spot them in, so I'm not painting the whole thing. So I will go ahead and get these spots that I know are jacked. I'm gonna get some 320 and go ahead and try to feather them out real quick, some 320 grit, and I'll set you guys up on the tripod. All right, guys, like I said, I was just going to feather those spots out. I just took a piece of 6-inch DA 320, folded it in half, and just all I'm doing is sanding the broken paint. And I left this spot here so you guys can see it's still broken, okay, on the sides. The camera will focus. So it's feathered out here. You guys can see this, where it was damaged. You can't feel it at all, okay? This here, it's still broken. If you have a broken paint like that, you can't have that. It has to be feathered out completely flat and smooth, or you'll see it. And it can cause chipping and peeling later on because it's not flat and smooth. So you don't want that. So all these spots pretty much feathered out real nice. A couple of them will need just a tiny little bit of filler. This one here, it was a little bit deep, so I went ahead and sanded it out, got the rusty spot out of it. I'm just going to put a little skim glaze on this, a little bit here, and then these spots will all be ready for primer. Well, after I scuff it, and then I'll tape off all my other stuff I don't want primer on, and then spot prime these. So this is kind of how you do it, guys. So if you got any questions so far, drop them down below. But I will go ahead and set you guys back up here on the tripod, mix up a little filler, fill these, and get on at it. All right, same process on the filler. 320, the exact same piece. If you don't have much experience here, grab a block. Blocks are your best friend. I'm gonna go ahead and just sand them out with my 320. I've got a really good feel for this stuff anyway, so you won't see them when I'm done. I'll go ahead and lightly sand these, just like so. And remember, if you're doing a spot repair like this, you want to try to keep this as small as you can, because you still have to go over it with primer to cover your body work. Always, always, always primer before you paint if you got body work. So anyway, I'll just keep going at it. I don't want to bore you with the sanding. All right, guys, I went ahead and sanded all those spots all out. They're completely gone, well, smooth, flat. The rest of it needs all Scotch-Briter now, so I'm going to use this 320 red. And if you've never done that before, there's not much to it. It's nice and simple. Scuff it up, the whole thing. Now what I'm going for here, you guys can see the shine. You've got to get it dull. Can't be anything on it. Now one thing I did not say, I did already wax and grease remove at this whole tank. I cleaned it and then really sprayed it down real good with wax and grease remover to get all the contaminants out before I started sanding and Scotch-Briting. You don't want to scuff in any of those bad contaminants, cause fish eyes and orange peel and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue on with this Scotch-Brite until I get it all looking like that, and then this bad boy will be ready for some primer. All right, guys, I got all that ready, taped up. I got my primer mixed up. It's been sitting here for just a minute. It's about ready. Just use 4-to-1 U-Pol primer, UPOL. It's really good stuff. I love it. It's direct to metal. You can paint right over top of it. Mix it 4-to-1. You can add a little reducer to it and thin it out and make it like a sealer. So it's kind of what we're doing here. Since my body work is so cherry, doesn't need any actual primer, but I'll set you guys up on this here tripod and go ahead and set my gun up and give her a spray. This isn't the new gun. Like I said, this is just a primer gun I've got, so we will get to the new gun here after we're ready for clear. All right, guys, primer's done, dry. It's the next morning. I went ahead and sanded everything. All I sanded it with was some P600, a little bit of wet sandpaper. That'll give it that baby butt smooth finish. You can sand it with the dry paper. You can use 500, 800, whatever. But 600 is my go-to for primer sanding. So everything's nice and smooth. You can't feel it. Slick. They look funny, I know, but you won't see those here in a few minutes. We're going to start laying on base. So I got some little fine line tape here, and I'm going to take it and run around all my stripes now. So there's nothing that needs to be painted in the blue here, just silver here, and then the blue over here and the silver here. So I'll tape up this here and go ahead and dust in a little bit of that blue that I've got. And then I'll peel it, mask it all off, and go ahead and do the silver. Set you guys up on the tripod and start taping. All right, guys, got her all taped up, fine lines on, blocking all my other colors. Then I just went ahead and taped and papered so I don't get any overspray or anything else. This here, I'm gonna basically spray this whole section. I'll just spot these couple spots in a little bit. Very, very small, low air, low material. Get them a little bit covered almost, and then I'll go back in with a little bit of a light coat over the whole thing. So it's kind of how I do it. If you guys have any questions or comments, drop them down below. I'd love to help you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and set this up here and I'll mix up my base. All right, for our base coat we're gonna use, I bought the same brand of both. I use Axo Nobel a lot. It's probably my go-to paint. Price plus match, can't hardly beat it. If you guys are looking for paint or you're needing paint to match your vehicles or match your bikes, generally there's a local paint supply store in every town. If you don't know of any, hit up your buddy that works at a body shop, or just simply go to a body shop and ask them where they get their materials from. Some of them will tell you. Some of them are probably buttholes, but for me, I took the tank with me and I actually had them put it on a camera and match me some paint so I know it's dead on 100%. I already daubed it on the tank, so I know it's 100% match. It's hard to tell in here. It looks like it's black almost, but kind of see it there. I'll mix this stuff up 2-to-1 real quick, throw it in my old base gun, and go ahead and throw a little base on her. and we'll be ready for clear in the new gun soon. All right. Base is on. You guys can see all of our spots are gone. It's nice paint now. No more primer spots. Nice coverage. I went ahead and just lightly took my Scotch-Brite over the top just to knock off any nibs or anything before I lay on my clear. It's a great habit to get into. Just knocks off any little thing that might raise your clear up and cause a dirt nib. So after that, I hit it with the tack cloth, the whole thing, and the table where it's sitting, because I'm going to be clearing it right here on this. That's pretty much it for that stuff, and we're ready for clear. So this is where we're going to test that new gun. So I'll go ahead and get my clear mixed up. I'm going to use the same brand of clear, Wanda Clear. It's let's go take a look at it. 8100, made by Akzo Nobel. 2K clear, good stuff. I've been using it for a couple years now. Really like it. Lays out good. 2 coats is all you need. No solvent pop, no dye back. I guess if you know what you're doing. But for us, it works great here. We don't use a booth, you know. Our painting is slightly different than a lot of other people's because we don't have a full booth yet. So they say if you learn how to paint without a booth, then you really know how to paint. All the guys in the booth, well, they're handicapped because they got things to help them dry it up and save their ass. But anyway, clear coat time. Time to try that w-400. I've been dying to try it, and here we go. I'll give you guys my honest feedback on it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and mix up this clear. It's 4-to-1. This 8100, it's 4-to-1. 4 parts clear, 1 part activator. I've got the gun all cleaned up. I always run, you know, you get a new gun, always run some acetone through it, clean it up a little bit. You never know, you know, what they put in it or what kind of gun oil they used or whatever. You don't want anything getting in your paint. So cleaned that up with some acetone, got it all, the regulator all set. I put it, looks to me probably right around 25 to 30 psi. I don't know, we'll see when I get some clear in it. But I'll go ahead and mix this up, throw it in there, and we'll be right back to see how this bad boy sprays. All right, guys, went ahead and blasted the first coat on there. I'm gonna throw on this exhaust fan real quick. I am impressed. I'm super impressed. I don't know why this wasn't in my collection a long time ago. Dang. Wow, that laid out like glass. I'll throw one more coat on it and call this sucker done. Wow. All right. All right, guys. First coat's dry, or well, tacked up, and I want to, you know, just show you guys a little tip here, throw in here, how I know that I'm ready for the next coat of clear. When I touch this here, I don't know if you can see this clear overspray. I put quite a bit on here for this specific reason, kind of like I'd be coating that. Okay, when I touch it, you should see a slight indentation of a fingerprint and no little stringies coming off. if there's stringies coming off, you'll know what I'm talking about. When you touch it, it'll look like the clear, like little like strings hanging down. If you see any of that, it's not ready. If you touch it and it's lightly tacked up, it's been about maybe 15-20 minutes. So that's how I know. Fail-proof way. You can use different activators, you know, different things, slow, medium, fast, and get to this point at different times. But what you're looking for is this, okay? No matter what activator you use. So just keep that in mind. All right. Let's go ahead and set this thing back up, and I'll blast this second coat on, and this thing will be done. I'm loving it. All right, guys, check it out. Not bad, not bad. Slight little nibbing. I think it laid out pretty slick though. Probably could have went a little bit heavier on it, but that's all right. I think it laid out pretty slick. It's still got a flash, you know. It's real fresh. But I think it looks great. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about it. I'm impressed with the gun. It's starting to look a little bit better as it sits here. Yeah, baby. I call that a good repair. Can't see the spots here. All gone. All gone. Collar blends. This collar, how's that look? Stripes look good. That's how you do a spot repair. Exactly that way. Looks marvelous. Like I said, super impressed with that gun. Everything turned out phenomenal. Collar is almost dead on. Awesome, guys. All right, guys, right off the gun, you've seen it. That thing laid out slick like a mirror. Loving it. I love that gun. Should have added it to my collection a long time ago. This one, like I said, I got it straight from Japan. It took about 2 weeks or so to get it here. Absolutely a nice piece. Love it a lot. I'm going to, I still ain't cleaned it yet. I'm gonna go ahead and take it, clean it up. And that's honestly money well spent, guys. If you're looking for an honest review of the gun, it was super easy to set up. 2 turns out on the fluid. I think it goes 4 turns. I just went halfway and you know, set everything else up basically halfway, and set it right around 25 to 27 psi. I think is where I ended up having it. Half in, or you know, 50% overlap. You know, half over each pass. You know. That's exactly how I did it, and it laid out like a mirror. You guys can achieve the same results with this gun right here. I don't have no, you know, this ain't no fancy shop. I sand and buff everything, so there's a couple little dirt nibs, but that's no big deal. But anyway, enough of my ramble. That's my honest review of the W-400. Great gun. Pick yourself one up, laid out like a mirror.